All right, let's see what we can do here. We can see hear the dogs in the background. That's kind of annoying. Let's just see what's going on. Hey folks, just hanging out. Let's see. I'm going to open up. I'm just going to share this a few more places. Let's play around in the world. Happy Friday. Hope you're all having a good Friday. Living the dream. Partying, having fun. Whatever your Friday includes of. Hello. Let's see. Hey, everyone! Good to see you. Happy Friday. We made it. Let's see if I can do this tutorial. I opened it and all that good stuff. Dude, is this like the longest free week ever? Is this because I feel like this has been the longest week ever in the world of everything. let's do some machine learning. Yeah, I haven't shared my screen yet mostly because I just haven't set it up yet. Because life. This is a last minute. This is a Erin needs to do the stream, so she's body doubling stream. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate the check-in. All right, setting up all that good stuff. Now I'm gonna share my screen. Because I am just kind of frustrated because I did this whole tutorial and we love software because I did this whole tutorial and I prepped this whole tutorial. And guess what? One of the Python libraries updated and broke half the tutorial. It was really not fun. So that was fine. All right. So notice I am really when you have the final version of something and you save something and you're like final version 10 final. Yeah, that was me. I'm now in the official final version of everything. So that's what we're doing. The Dropbox approach. Yes. That's where we're at. That's what we're doing. And I'm going to just get something else. Make sure my notifications are off. All that good fun stuff. Let's see. Let's go from here to the most fabulous. So I'm just going to dump everything in this new folder. And now I realize I need another window because that's what you do. And here is my working Google Doc of hell. It's 10 pages of me writing to myself of how to do this tutorial. I should probably make my screen bigger. Let's see. I'm going to present maybe. Let's see, what is the best way to present? Present, share screen, entire screen. But I still need to zoom in, right? I don't know how to zoom in these tools. View, show history, command out, blah, 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 blah. Increase font size. There we go. I think that's good. So I have basically started this notebook. All I've done is done Docker pull, put it in this nice little beautiful thing. I'm pretty sure I have this right here. And then I need to pull, oh yes, I can bump it on the Google Doc too. And this Google Doc is literally just me being it is more in my notes to self. So it's me figuring it out or putting my notes here for learning. Yada, yada. So git clone, back in ARM64. And I'm going to have to backtrack a little bit on this. So let me know if this doesn't make sense, but I'm actually glad you're here, Ramon, because this will actually force me to think about it from the start to the finish, because I have now built it all in little parts. And I'm trying to make it come together in one whole thing today and make it beginner friendly. So yay. But actually, I'm really proud of myself. I've been doing more networking, and look at me using a terminal without crying, because terminals are hard in my world. And I actually tried to do this in Visual Studio Code the other day, and I was like, no, give me back the terminal. So yeah, my terminal skills are getting way better. Actually, also, this is the most coding I've done an entire week ever in my life this week. And it doesn't feel like it because it's Python, and my brain doesn't hurt as much with Python. So yay. Anywho, so I pulled this into the spot, run with this sentiment analysis tutorial. So I know that I need to do this. However, I don't quite want to do a sentiment analysis tutorial quite yet. So for context, what I'm doing is this creates a nice little environment, which sets up the PyTorch, it sets up the machine learning model, it sets up everything to be successful for machine learning. PyTorch is a Python library that is used for machine learning. I learned at PyCon, it is actually really closely related to Matplotlib, which makes me very happy because that was a library that I learned in school. And once I learned that it's PyTorch is just torches are just arrays, my brain just was and I was why didn't someone tell me this week one? But I guess no one else had the same brain blast that I did. So, whatever. Also, Ramon, if you want to join me on this stream, you're more than welcome to just come join and hang out and chat IRL unless you want to join this in the chat. Up to you. Anywho, I'm going to go do this, and I need to get the Label Studio backend. So Label Studio is the labeling side of this. And I need to make sure that this is up. And then I need to create a separate model. So this has a PyTorch sentiment analysis. And no worries, that's okay, Ramon. All right, so I need to combine this. So this is the Label Studio backend. Docker file notebooks. I need the work.model with your own. I think this is where I needed to play around with it. Get annotations first. So in this file, welcome whoever joined. In this file, it is telling me the sentiment model that I'm working, and it's telling me basically like I'm giving it basically 100% chance to make everything positive. So I'm just going to get this up and going and see what it looks like and confirm that this is running and working. So open up another tab. In that same folder, we're going to get an instance of Label Studio running, and you can deploy it a bunch of different ways. But Docker compose. I always forget the command because it's on the homepage of our website, and I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, Docker. I just copy this. Beep. That's fine. Yada, yada, yada. So Label Studio is on the data labeling side. Get it up and going. Oopsie, I don't have the latest version installed. Let's do that real quick. Studio. Get that installed. And this does have like a bug fix that I do know of. So we'll see how this goes. Let's see how this bug fix goes. I want like a slightly different. It is going, it is initializing, it is taking its sweet time because it's like you are coding and streaming at the same time. And I don't know if I like it. In the meantime, what I can do is actually get, so this is going to be my Label Studio. I love in work how you can like name your tabs in like literally my hero. This is going to be, I don't know why, rename Label Studio. I don't want it to be Docker. I'm like over here, I'm like, look at in this nice feature that I love. There it goes. Make sure to hit enter. Rename tab. This is going to be my machine learning ML backend. This is going to be a project I quit out of. All right. So from this ML backend, I need to grab what I need to do is there's a sentiment analysis tutorial that does exist. It's an open source one by Ben Trevitt. It's really great. But I want to actually edit the code of it and put it into this modeled file. So in this model file, we have, this is like the model.py. I need to add the predictions here and tell it how to do that from the notebook. And so I need to open up this file. I'm going to open up another folder, another window. And it's going to be like, you've downloaded this tutorial like 10,000 times here. And I'm like, yep, I know. And from this window, I need to open this up in Visual Studio Code. So I'm just going to open it up. I actually do want to see this, and I don't like editing individual files in. Open. Open this file. All right. From here, I'm going to see, I need to, this is the on with the underscores I want to work on. And this is a tutorial model. It's actually a really good repo if this is your jam. And it's going to tell us how to do all of this stuff. But I need to basically get the model out of this and into this test thing. But first I want to make sure that my test actually works. So I'm going to basically set this aside. I want a new window, but then I'm going to set this aside for later. Right here, it should have Label Studio installed, yada, yada. It's telling me I should have this open. Label Studio Community Edition. I'm just going to make it like font.com. So someone has already stolen my There we go. Label Studio is opening up. And it's like, yeah, you don't have any projects here. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm going to create a project. I want to name it Awesome Cool Sentiment Predictions. In the description, be like, cool sentiment prediction. Data import. I have actually saved this later. Oops. In this file of gobbledygook that I put somewhere in here. Where did I put that? Of course, I didn't put it anywhere easy. I know it is in this Label Studio. This tutorial. There's a data set in here. Blah, blah, blah. Copy. I'm going to copy the link. Copy link address. And it's not on an S server. Boom. And I'm just copying it in. It's in an S3 bucket. Woo. And it says it's uploaded. And then I'm going to set it up for labeling. So here is if you are working in any kind of like labeling tool or process or so on and so forth, what you'll be doing. But I'm just kind of hanging out. I'm going to use this for natural language processing and text classification. From here, I want to go to the review. I believe it's review off the top of my head. I want to say it's review, or, not sentiment. And then I actually do want to get rid of the neutral choice because this data set and the tutorial we're working with only has the positive and negative choice. So go into the code, delete this neutral choice value. You're like a badass like front-end developer. You can make a bunch of changes right here. No, it is review. It is actually review. So I do want to use the text from field, and that'll give us this data will give us this text up here. Duh. Okay, brain. Awesome. Save that. Awesome. Okay, so now what we've got is it's going to open up in Label Studio. It's going to open up all of our predictions and our data. And it's going to say, hey, wait, it's only opening one data file. So, oh, I see. So there is a known bug when we open up our data files. Hey, Johannes. Welcome. I know, these are like my spontaneous streams. I'm pretty bad at actually like recording, like making a schedule to stream, because this is like how I hold myself accountable to doing work. But if there's anything you have any questions about or want to know more about, holler. I'm currently dog fooding our own product and like having some fun, but all that good stuff. And found a bug already, so I'm just gonna screenshot. Welcome to day in a life of later, Ramon. And so I'm gonna actually pop this up. I'm gonna stop my screen share because I get in trouble apparently. Real quick, drop this bug in real quick. And I'm going to drop this in my, just need to make sure I log this, that it's a bug. All right. Moving this over. Share my screen again. All right. So now that I've got this open, we've got this bug. Apparently, for whatever reason, it's not letting you. So normally what happens is like it would give you the option to upload these individually as individual tasks. And instead it's like, oh, just like upload this one. So we're going to actually back out. JK. Back out, settings, go back to projects. I use the little projects thing, create project. Instead of awesome, cool sentiment predictions, we're going to do very awesome, cool sentiment predictions, because even better sentiment predictions, but without bugs. And Johannes, like I literally just got started with live coding. So don't feel bad. Like it took me forever. So, and like if there's anything I've learned, it's just kind of figuring it out as you go. And the one thing that's really nice is like the developer community is really nice in coding. Cause like one time I was doing this and I was like, didn't even have my audio on. And someone was like, helped me troubleshoot my audio. And it was really nice. So anywho, I've got this like CSV file. I'm doing a list of tasks instead of, so if that, I don't know if that helps me. It's like, I'm going to go to the labeling setup, natural language processing, sentiment, don't need neutral, review, save. I mean, one time I did a 45-minute stream and I just put things into the wrong folder in the terminal. It was like coding, but like Aaron just using the terminal badly. And it was me and someone else doing a tutorial, and we just were using the terminal badly for 45 minutes. Shout out PJ Metz. So it's a thing. It's a thing. It happens. All right. This is the data set that I've got here. This is my project here. And now I'm actually going to I need to put this in another tab. And I'm going to go back to this ML backend. I need to get this ML backend up and going so I can connect it to my data to make predictions. So what this has currently is it just basically has a simple, it's going to have the Label Studio machine learning backend, which opens up a window. It's going to have a version of everything in. So I basically pulled this image in. I need to run it, the Label Studio Docker, into this folder. So that one. So pulling it into this folder. I actually think I did already do this. Maybe, I don't know. I'm in that directory. Build this folder. And now it says it's now initialized in port 9090. It's now starting. It's going to try and make it. And it's running here. So control start. So basically it's running here, but we don't actually it's not going to give us anything. All it's giving us is the files. So this is something I always had to learn. I always was like, oh, it's going to give me this beautiful thing. No. And it looks like it's still loading. It does give you 3 little lines of text or what your folders are, but it's not even giving me that right now. And this is when you'll start to see my computer start to gunk up with, Aaron, you're running 3 Docker containers now, and it doesn't really like that. So I'm going to go ahead, grab this URL, this basically home 9090, open back up Label Studio. I'm actually going to pop this out. So I'm popping this out. I've got Label Studio open right here. I'm going to go to our settings menu. Under settings, I want to go under machine learning and add model. It's going to be what model are you adding? And this is my first one. So I'm just going to add a test model. And so for example, this model only has a prediction model, which will always ring true to 7. So it's at 98% is a positive test. So it's always going to be this is a great movie, whatever, no matter what. Not an accurate model, but it's a model. So we're just going to get in. We're putting in this model, putting it into that port. Test model will review all movies as positive. Turn on use for interactive predictions. I'm actually going to check that box. I'm not 100% sure what the interactive pre-annotations does. I do know that it can when you're doing a lot of that. That's coming for the supervised learning processes, but for today, not really going to deal with that. We're just going to take a screenshot and add it. When I write tutorials, I just start a massive Google Doc of here's things I'm working on and that I need to do to learn. And so I dropped it in there. It's connected. And then we'll need our ML assisted labeling. So from here, I'll turn it on. I'm going to start my model training after any annotations are submitted. I want to retrieve predictions as well. And it'll ask me if I have multiple model versions. So if I'm using a tool that has different versions, or DBC, or a Pachyderm, which are tools that are similar to Git. it'll then give me that. It says too long to respond. That should be working, but it says connected. This is like one of those weird little things. So 9090 is connected. So, and if you have any questions in this process, just holler, because I'm learning as well. So it's taken me a few months to get there. I'm gonna click save. I want those new settings. Anywho, start training. Woohoo! And it's going to take me, that should actually have a button there. So product feed, I'm going to give that actually product feedback. Question, what does the interactive start training button doesn't seem to do anything or provide any feedback or response when clicked. Question, what does, oops. Oh. And again, these are how I end up with Google Docs from hell. So Grammarly actually thinks I'm like super smart because I like make Google Docs that are like 27 bajillion pages long. Does this do? And we add some sort of product interaction here. Cool. All right, now we're going to go back to our very cool sentiment predictions set. And you'll see it has this beautiful, maybe I did label this one yesterday. It didn't start, but it has this very, oh, it did. Actually, no, just kidding. So when I clicked start labeling, that's actually what it does is it generates all these beautiful like annotations. So if I go back to settings, the reason I know that it did that is when I'm going general instructions, machine learning, it'll say first off, it tried one and it made 0 predictions. And then it tried another time and it made 30 predictions. And then I clicked the button again and it made another 30. So I can go back to different model versions. So if you're retraining a model or you're redoing a model, know that your model can shift different like based on each round. For the sake of this one, I'm just using a test model that will make it so it tests positive, like, or test positive, it like creates a positive annotation every single time. But you'll see like you have to like put it here. These are just movie reviews. It's a public source data set. The movie is so bad, you can't but help laugh. The dialogue is horrible. The acting is horrible. The effects are horrible. It's like, this would be like very much like a bad movie rating. But because I have a model in here that's predicting it as positive, it's going to go ahead and tell it is positive. So what I want to do now is go back, get a model that actually has a sentiment analysis tutorial in it that's like a legit sentiment analysis tutorial and put that in this model. So, which is going to require me opening up something for a second. So let's set this aside and kind of relocate windows here for a second, just so we have this in a new window and clean it up a little bit. I want to bring over, I want my terminal window. I want my Google Doc. And I think that's what I need. I actually might even open up a new terminal window. I'm going to open up a new terminal window for this because I don't necessarily want to junk this up. So I'm taking this over. I've got a new terminal window. I've got my Google Doc from hell that has everything in it. And what I'm going to do is just add in and kind of see if I can edit that existing machine learning model. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out, this has in that PyTorch Docker folder, but I want to take it back out and I want to go to the, how to go back a directory? I always forget on this. Cool. So that's cool. Thank you again. This is why I love Warp, is because it's got Copilot and all these like AI tools built in. Huge fan. I can ask it all my dumb questions and not feel dumb. And again, I say dumb questions, but they're not dumb questions. Everybody's learning. Again, I started using the terminal 6 months ago, so still super new to the terminal myself. I'm in this final folder. I want to go now clone this machine learning tutorial in here. So what I'm going to do is this is a machine learning tutorial I have cloned before and actually have worked through. It's not an intimate. So I already have it in this folder. So CD, it's in here. Cool, great. I already did that. And this is when everybody watch my computer start to get icky and slow down here. I'm just going to copy this path. Tutorials 2023 2. Oh, 5. Forgot to put Docker in front of it.
That also feels too easy. It feels like a topic.
And volume. It's weird. Why is it not earning? I also just might do this tutorial separately because I have a version that I've been running. I've already built my own other version, so let's go back to what I did. So run that. Not in the quotations. Oh, just didn't need a quotations. TIL. It's going to do this. Command click that. Woohoo, we got a notebook up and going. I should just leave it there. All right, so now we've got this notebook. I want to actually get Visual Studio Code, wherever window I had that in, because I actually do now need this VS Code. And I'll show you why I need VS Code. So this code is this sentiment analysis tutorial. I need to open up another VS Code window. Oops. That has open. I start tagging. That has the it's in here. Name. Well, now I think it's this Label Studio backend 1 that I selected, but I'm now wondering on that for a second. Oopsie. Oopsie. So it's running Label Studio in this Docker folder, PyTorch Docker. It should be in here. Which is, okay, there. So it's in that model.py folder. Got it. So I need to open this tutorials, ML tutorial, final, open. So currently, this is running in this model.py folder. So you can see this is what the Python model looks like. And it's like get annotation tags first and extract to make predictions from name, blah, 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 to name for task, from task. And what I need to do is actually make it so extend my, this is going to take me more than 15 minutes to do this. Annotation tag first, extract predictions append from name to name, prediction scores that you can use. So I need to go and get the prediction scores to do the action learning. So you need to go open up this notebook. It's in this work folder. And then we're working off of this model tutorial. So it tells you how this works. And we're just going to like run, cancel. No. Okay, cool. I really should learn the keyboard shortcuts for working in notebooks. I'm gonna Google that on my phone real quick. Shortcut for Jupyter. So shift enter will run the current cell. Awesome. This is when it's like just waiting for things to work on. Now we're just gonna keep hanging out and still going. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Now we're waiting for everything to load. I'm gonna log a bug while this loads. So logged bug here. Oh, says it's load. So shift enter. We'll run the cell. Not run the cell? I'm pretty sure. I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Right there. Yeah, run the cell. Dope. There we go. Cool. Yay. Shortcuts. Let's see. You can start to see where it's starting to populate, like, oh, these number of the rows. Did it work? I'm kind of powering through this. Later, Johannes. Thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed this. Please enjoy. Have a good weekend yourself. Now it's still running. Just going to log this. Me fault. Back to this notebook. Cool. Run. Awesome. It's going to keep going. It's going to train. It's going to do some things. so it's fine in the words. Woohoo. Cool. Okay, so torch text output is probably one that needs to. That makes sense because torch text is updated. Cell 38, line 1, vectors. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this working. I wish you could like drag and split. Open and split view with torch text. Torch vocab. Fast text. English. File users just a package. Let's see. Ah, cool. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Get item to fast text. And I've got to get here to run here in a second, but pre-trained word embeddings using fast text. English. But thanks everybody for tuning in and having some fun. This is kind of fun to hang out and get further on this, but I appreciate all of this stuff. And so have a good one.